Guys, if you are struggling with picking a bias, you need this video. All right, I'm going to show you guys how I like to plot vertical lines to help me identify my bias. All right, so for me, I am a swing trader, so I like to use more of a higher time frame, but this can apply to any time frame or whatever kind of trader you are, if you're an intraday trader, scalper, or a swing trader. And the reason why I like doing this is because a lot of people get confused with multiple time frame analysis, right? Starting your breakdown from the monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, and 15, and going all the way down. And all those other time frames could kind of confuse you and throw you for some type of a loop, right? Because monthly could be on an uptrend, weekly could be on a downtrend, daily could be consolidating, 4 hour could be on an uptrend, 1 hour could be on a downtrend. Which one do you follow, right? And this is kind of going to clear up all of that mess for you. So check this out. If you are an intraday trader, you're going to look at price action only within the daily candles. If you are more of a short-term swing trader, then you're going to look at price action within the weekly candles. And if you're more of a longer term swing trader, then you're going to look at price action within the monthly candle. So all I'm going to do here is throw vertical lines on these candles. So remember that, you know, which candle lines up with structure. So let's start off from the top here. If I want to know what my bias is for this month, right, you can throw your vertical line right on the month. Okay. Sometimes I like to put a vertical line on the previous month also, just because sometimes, you know, right when the month opens, there's no price action yet. Price is still developing. So you use some of the last month's price action to figure out what this month is going to do. So we throw vertical lines on the monthly candles, right? You could throw 1 or 2. And now I jump down to the 4 hour. And now pretty simple, I can see exactly what's happening, right? So as far as right now, this is the only price action we have for the month, right? The month, we're kind of in the middle of the month right now, and there's not much, there's little short-term price action happening, but there's no swing price action. So I'm going to use some of last week's structure to identify what's happening. So last week's structure, what do we have, right? We have a swing low down here. We have a swing high right up here. Swing low, sorry guys, swing low and swing high. So as far as right now, we can see that we are on a downtrend, right? We can see that we're, you know, we created a break of structure to the downside. We created a lower high. Now we're creating a lower low, and now we're getting more price action here. Okay. So as far as right now, we're on a downtrend. So we are due for some type of a pullback, create a lower high, and continue going down, right? So what can happen here is all you got to do now is look for, you know, where price is going to look to turn around at and kind of go from there. So you can kind of see, just based off of this, I already got my bias, right? I already know what's happening here, and all I'm waiting for now is for one of these internal structures to flip back bullish, right? So you can see internal structures just moving down, down, keep going down, and still going down, right? So I know that as long as price internal structure keeps flowing down, this impulse leg to the downside is just going to continue until we can flip. Now this is going to start going up, and now we get what? Our 4 hour pullback. And now we can look for potential sells again. But in this time, once, you know, as long as price keeps holding these lower highs on the internal structure, on these micro structures, price is just going to continue going down, right? So I can continue following this to the downside here until this ends up reversing, and now that gives me the pullback, and I can start looking for short-term buys until H4 is ready to continue back down again. And then that's pretty much it, right? So you can see how simple that is. Let's do this on the weekly time frame. And just before I go to the weekly candles, understand that, you know, since you're looking at, you know, the monthly candle, you're pretty much looking for the move of the month, right? So, you know, the setup is going to take a lot longer to develop because you're looking within the monthly range. Now, if you're looking within the weekly range, now you're looking for the setup for the week, right? So if we want to identify the setup for the week, and you're an intra-week kind of trader, you could throw vertical lines on the weekly candle. So let's throw a vertical line on the current week and the previous week. Okay. So remember, a weekly candle aligns with 1 hour structure, right? Inside of weekly candle is a 1 hour structure. So let's go down to the weekly. Let's go down to the 1 hour, sorry. And let's take a look at structure. What's it doing right now? So last week was very simple, right? So last week you could see highs, lows, lower highs, lower lows, right? Very simple last week. So you could have easily taken these trades down here and just continue your bias to the downside. So your bias is just going to be the price action within this range, and that's pretty simple to identify, right? So see here, same thing. What do we have? How can you catch this? As far as right now, let me just kind of go back a little bit like this. When price opened up like this, and this is why I like to actually plot a vertical line on the previous week also, because as far as right now, there's no structure here, right? All you're looking at is this. You're looking at, you had your high, low, right? Lower high, lower low, like this. And now you're getting some type of complex pullback to the upside here. Price ends up pushing up, but you can see, you know that from last week's structure, you can see that we're still bearish, right? We're still, lower high is still holding pretty good. Price came into supply, and you could just look for a potential setup here for a sell and continue the trend to the downside. Why? Because structure is still holding from last week, where we're still on a downtrend. So this week, as long as this structure holds, this week is also going to be a downtrend week. So now you don't have to worry about, oh, this time frame's on an uptrend, this time frame's on a downtrend. No, just focus on what kind of trader you are. If you like to take short-term swing trades, then all you focus on is price action within these ranges, and that's it. Don't worry about nothing else, right? It's going to simplify your trading a lot more if you focus on what's happening right now in the current and most recent range. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Now what's happening now? Price is pushing down. Let's kind of remove this little bar replay here. So we're here now. Okay, so you can see what's happening now is price is doing what? More lower highs and lower lows. So we got price is going here, creating more lower highs, more lower lows, lower highs, and lower lows, right? So we're still pretty good. Price is still trending bearish here. So this week is going to continue going down, right? It's Thursday right now, so we're probably just gonna continue this push to the downside. Now what happens if for some reason price ends up breaking to the upside? Okay, by the time we open up for next week, we're going to be doing this, right? And that's pretty much it. So all you got to focus on is the price action within the range. Now, one thing I would tell everybody is that only look at price action within the range if it looks clean. If it looks like shit, don't trade it. All right, move on to another pair. Go look for another pair that's cleaner. And if you could catch, imagine you could catch, you find 3 clean pairs like this, 3 clean setups like this. You get 3 clean setups for the week. There goes one trade for the week right here, right? One trade for the week, a nice 1 to 4, 1 to 5 R. And you could do, if you could do this 2 or 3 more times on 2 or 3 different pairs, you got 2, 3 good setups for the week, clean setups, and you don't got to stress yourself out trying to figure out what the market's trying to do. And then the same thing with daily, right? Daily candles align with M15 structure, right? If you're this is more of a intraday trader's perspective, but if you like to intraday trade, all you got to do is look at price action from the current day and the previous day, right? So throw a vertical line here, throw a vertical line here, and let's just focus on price action here. And remember, daily candles align with M15 structure. So let's take a look. Okay, so this one looks kind of ugly, right? Looks pretty ugly here, so I wouldn't trade this at all. I wouldn't trade this at all. This just doesn't look clean to me at all unless you're catching this. Okay, it just doesn't look appealing to me at all, so I probably would not look at this. Let's go find something that looks a lot cleaner. So we have a cleaner chart here on AU, so let's take a look here. So right now we have current price action, and we're on the daily time frame. We're going to throw vertical lines on the current candle here, on the current daily candle, and the previous one, just in case there's not enough price action for us to see. So as far as right now, pretty simple. What can you see, right? Remember, daily candles align with what? Daily candles align with M15 structure. So if you take a look at M15, you got, well, I don't even need this anymore because we already created new price action here. So all we're looking at now is this. You got your structure high, you got your structure high or low, and you got your higher high. That's it. Which is here. Looks kind of ugly, and that's why I don't like. That's why I'm a swing trader, because intraday trading can get real messy. But all you're focused on is here, right? So all you're expecting price to do is this: high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. That's it. Right? So all you're looking for is, opportunity for price to come down, create some type of higher low, and continue going up to the upside. So that's pretty much all you need to do. And the thing is with trading is it's pretty simple. Like, there's only 3 options that price can give you. Okay, if you're, once you find that range you're trading within, so let's say, for example, you got this here like this, you have your structure, you have your structure high and you have your structure low, right? And this is the range you're trading within. Price can only give you about 3 options. Okay, option number 1 is price comes down, right? Gives you a higher low and continues going higher. That's the ideal option, right? The option number 2, and that's a winning option, by the way, right? Because price continues in your direction. Let's say you took a buy here and price shoots up and it continues in your direction, right? So that's a winning option. That's a full, price hits your TP, great, amazing, you win the trade. Option number 2 is also almost a winning trade, but it's not a full winning trade. So what can happen is option number 2 is price attempts to make a push up to the upside, but fails to create a higher high and turns around and break structure, right? If you ended up taking the buy here, that's fine, because by the time price pushes up, you should have already either taken partial or moved your stop loss to break even. So there's no losing trade there. It's either a minor win or a break even. And then option number 3 is the losing option, right? Is price just decides to not react off of here and create a higher low at all, and just continue its trend to the downside, and it continues move to the downside, and that's going to be an immediate loss, and that's fine, right? As long as you're risking accordingly, you're not going to mind it. But 2 out of the 3 setups are potential winning trades. So all you got to worry about is finding the most recent range. I can do this on any pair. Let me look at just random pairs here. Let me go to a Euro NZD or CHF. I don't know. I don't trade none of these, but this is how simple it could be for you. Okay, simple. This is how simple it could be for you. Okay, there's no drawing, no nothing. Whoa, this looks crazy. And this is pretty much, I personally like to follow 4-hour structure, so I know that aligns with monthly candles, right? I'm a swing trader. I like to swing trade, so let's take a look at that. So all I'm gonna do, since I like to follow the 4-hour, I'm just going to throw vertical lines on a monthly, right? I'm going to throw at the current price, the current candle here, and previous one, just in case there's not enough price action. So let's take a look. Let me just identify some highs and lows here. Okay. So as far as right now, this looks a hot mess, but I can see what? What can I see right now? There's a couple things. So you got your structure high, low. Oh, sorry, I missed one. Structure high, structure low, structure high, low, higher high. Right. So as far as right now, I can see that we were in an uptrend. Okay. This is the most recent range here. We were in an uptrend. Okay. And now what price is trying to do is price looks like it's trying to break structure. Okay, so now I can see that price is probably going to either do multiple different things here. So you have your push up, you have your pullback, but this is almost like creating equal lows, but it looks like it's probably just going to break structure, and that's fine. If it does that, what happens? That changes my bias to what? Bearish. So that means I'll just wait for some type of pullback, boom, and continuation to the downside. And now I know that the rest of this month, right? This month, you can see this month was pretty much bullish. We opened up the month, we kind of pushed down a little bit, but this month was mainly flowing bullish for the most part. And now we're going to close the other half of this month going bearish, right? So I know that the rest of the month is going to end here. Let me just throw a vertical line on the new month here, which is going to be right here, right next to this one. So I know that the month is going to end here, okay? And we're looking to break structure now. So guess what? For the rest of this month, we're going to be doing this. So now I know that the rest of this month is going to be bearish for the second half of this month, and I just follow the downtrend to the downside and look for setups and look for sells only. Now, can I trade the counter? Of course, but you get the point, right? This is going to be my bias for the rest of the month. And that's pretty much how you can use vertical lines to apply, to figure out where your bias is for that week, for that day, or for that month, right? So if you throw vertical lines on the daily candles, you're trying to focus on the bias for the day. Weekly candles, focus on the bias for the week, and monthly, focus on the bias for the month. And that's going to tell you exactly what's happening for that entire day, week, or month. And you could kind of focus on just that price action and ignore everything else, because I know that a lot of people get confused with top-down analysis. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with top-down analysis. If you can understand it and if you can do it, that's totally fine, because it gives you a bigger picture. It tells you the full story. But if you're confused with all of that, just focus on most recent price action. Focus on current price action and look for the most current and recent potential setups. And that's pretty much how you can pick a bias, by using vertical lines. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and back test it. Try it out. See how you like it. Still use your method, right? Still use your trading method, but just you focus on the price action within your candlestick range, and see how your results kind of come out.